Hi, so I'm Tanis. I'm Secretary of Leeds Trades Council, which is the coordinating body of trade unions across Leeds. We have over 25,000 workers affiliated to us through their unions, including many which are school support staff, teachers and lecturers. Now we only have 12 years left to save the planet, and instead of dithering, waiting for our government and others, or the outright climate change denial by those like Trump in the US and Bolsonaro in Brazil, we need to replace them with an outlook that seeks to take action and to move in a direction for a sustainable planet. As trade unionists, we have a crucial role to play in this. Our goal is to defend and improve the conditions of working people in this country, and we clearly cannot do that if there's no planet left for us to live on. But at a more basic level, trade unionists represent workers in many of the sectors where they need to, such as the fossil fuel industry, where there needs to be a rapid change to move to a more sustainable approach. And this is why we have put an emergency motion to the National Trade Unions Conference in June, calling to stand in full solidarity with the students striking or protesting against climate change. We oppose any reprisals against students taking actions to fight climate change, such as detentions, exclusions and arrests. The right to strike and protest is a fundamental democratic right for students and workers alike, and we pledge to support any student defence campaigns where necessary. We also are going to be lobbying the TUC to make this issue a priority, particularly on the question of encouraging trade unions to produce plans of how our workplaces can be transformed to impact less negatively on the environment, at the same time while protecting jobs, terms and conditions. In Leeds, we're starting with this in a conference which we've called on the 19th of October at Notre Dame College, to see what we as trade unionists can do to challenge the impact of and deal with this climate emergency. Because saving the planet does not mean attacks on jobs and working conditions. Because we can invest, why can't we invest in renewable energy and transfer those workers in the fossil fuel industry to build and sustain sustainable energy with no loss of jobs or pay? But it's not. The reason why they're not doing this is because it's not in the interest of big multinational companies to do this, because calculations aren't based on the needs of the planet or the needs of the people, but on the profit that they can make. If it means giving their shareholders more money by sticking with polluting schemes and other environmentally degrading policies, or make cuts to their workers' wages, they will do just that. And that's why even today the energy companies are still investing more money in researching for fossil fuels and coal than in renewables. And if these companies won't change, what we say is the decision should be taken out of their hands. And this is why many trade unionists, including my own, call for public ownership of these sectors with democratic control over them by workers and service users, so we can make the decisions in the interest of protecting our planet and improving things for the working class majority. This system, where decisions about big companies are made by big companies who are wrecking the planet in the hands of a tiny elite, less than 1%, who put themselves before everything else. As a socialist, we say let ordinary people make these decisions. Let's have a democratically elected bodies in our workplaces, schools, colleges and universities that link together and decide what our society should be run in the interest and not the few. So this movement is sending an important message, and thank you all for coming today, and it gives an important message. We're not going to be quiet anymore. So let's link the struggles with workers and trade unions, because when we strike, we don't only need to just have impressive gatherings like this, we have the power to shut down society, transport links and other sectors. Trump found this out when he tried stopping an attack on US airport workers, and in order to force through his border wall. These